We are live. We are live. Unoriginal FC back in the car. And today I'm coming at you with a different video. Now, if you're somebody that just somehow has not been on social media or whatsoever, you just don't have no social media, then I can understand why you haven't heard of the topic that I'm about to discuss. If you are on social media, if you're on Twitter, if you don't know about what's going on, I don't know where the fuck you've been hiding. But Udoka has recently been suspended for the season by the Boston Celtics organization for apparent sexual affairs with a female co-worker of the Boston Celtics organization. Now, this story has been going crazy for the last 2-3 days. I mean, Woj and Shams, literally in the middle of the night, started posting on Twitter, on YouTube, started coming out with reports that the Boston Celtics were due to suspend Ime Udoka pending an investigation. And these were not NBA disciplinary rules or punishments. These are punishments imposed strictly by the Boston Celtics organization and the Boston Celtics organization alone. So as I've said, what has transpired are affairs between Udoka and a female employed by the Boston Celtics organization, which has led to a year-long suspension for Ime Udoka. Now, this whole situation, it's just fried my brain. Like, from all angles, it just doesn't make sense. And the information that has proceeded after the initial reports coming from Woj and Shams have just been mind-boggling. They're just confusing. None of it makes sense. Because even though information is being pumped out, no real information is being pumped out. We don't know the identity of the girl. We do not know the identity of the female. Right, and I know you lot will be saying, why does the identity of the female need to be known? This and that. Well, the reason why the identity of the female should be known at this point, or needs to be known at this point, is because at first we were told, from reports filtering from the Boston Celtics organization, we were told that relations between Udoka and the female at hand, the female at question, were consensual. But later reports indicated that Udoka, gave unwarranted or unwanted comments to the female in question. And so it leads me to believe that if this is the story that you're trying to spin, because if we're going to go by the initial reports that came out from the organization that relations were consensual, then it begs the question, why was Ime Udoka suspended for a season? Well, because let's be real now. Office romance is office romance. The office is the office. This shit happens every day. I don't care what pay grade you are, what job you're doing, high level job, low level job, whatever. Workplace romance is workplace romance. The shit happens at all levels. So it can't really be surprising that this shit happens at, in the NBA. I mean, shit. You see the same female. Like, I mean, listen. You work in the same place, let's say 8 hours a day. You're due to see those people you work with 8 hours a day more than your own fucking family. So if there's an attractive female working in your office, as a man, as a female, this shit happens. You're due to build connections with people that you see every day, that you talk to every day, and shit can happen. So to me personally, based off the initial reports that, it was consensual relations and whatnot, it didn't strike me as a big deal. It honestly didn't. But for the Boston Celtics organization to all of a sudden decide to suspend him for a year and then proceed with reports that, Udoka followed up with unwanted comments to supposed female, I don't know. If call me a cynic, but if that's truly the case, why aren't harassment charges being brought forward? Because that sounds like harassment, no? It sounds like a cover up to me. You know what it sounds like? You know what? I'll be real. I'm trying to do the diplomatic thing. I'm trying to do the PC shit. Bro, I'm gonna just keep it real, innit? I'm gonna just be a real nigga. Just me being me. Bro, it seems like Udoka was putting down game, was doing his thing, and the babes that he was supposedly chopping down was tired of being a side. She was tired of being a side chick. She was tired of just being the hidden bitch. She overplayed a role and decided to be the mains. That is my intuition, right? Because if the case is that Udoka truly gave unwarranted comments or unwanted comments, that sounds like harassment to me, no? And if that is the case, why aren't harassment charges being brought forward? Because that is the only real justification to suspend Ime Udoka for the season. Because suspending Ime Udoka for the season essentially means you're going to fire the guy. I mean, why else would you suspend somebody for a season? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, especially considering the success that he had last season with this Boston Celtics team, with this young Boston Celtics team that made the finals, right? Ime Udoka being in his first season as a head coach. It just seems like such a wayward decision to make from an organization. Especially for such an issue where it's just commonplace in the workplace. It's just common practice. Shit happens, man. Like, all of you lot that watch my videos, in the comments below, please let me know. Is this, like, the shit just happens. You lot are grown folks, innit? You lot have probably worked in multiple offices. You lot have worked in multiple places where there are probably attractive females in your office. Just attractive females in your office, just females in general. And you see, like, man, let me not even talk too much on that one, man. But the whole situation all the way around is just weird. It's just weird, man. If I'm gonna go off my intuition, forgive me, because, you know, we're still yet to know all the details. But if I just go off my own intuition, it sound like the side bitch. Nah, let me not even say that, man. They might finish me. The side woman, the coleslaw, the garlic breads, the side woman got tired of being the side, and she overplayed a role and tried to be the main, and Ime Udoka wasn't having it. And you know what happens when you start doing the dirt with somebody of the opposite sex? Okay, let me rephrase. For the man them that listen to me, right? The man them know, innit? When you're chopping down the sides, yeah. Once you try to cut that off, once you try to overplay a role and try to become the main and you cut that off, somebody's feelings are gonna get hurt. And what it seems like to me is somebody's feelings got hurt, and so they've turned around and tried to spin the story in a way that justifies Ime Udoka being suspended for a year. Because listen, none of this makes sense. And listen, I'll bite my tongue if the following details that we receive, the rest of the once we receive the rest of the fallout from this whole saga, I may bite my tongue for the things that I've said today, but that's just my intuition. Shoot me, forgive me. Forgive me for my intuition, but that's just my intuition, right? What I will also say is this. This is an absolute PR nightmare for the Boston Celtics. They have handled this in the worst possible way. They've given limited information, which has led to rife speculation, which has put a number of females working in the Boston organization in harm's way. A lot of females in that Boston Celtics organization their names have been dragged through the mud. Their images have been posted all over social media off of pure speculation because the Boston Celtics organization refused to reveal the identity or at least the job position of the woman that Ime Udoka has been fooling around with. Why have the Boston Celtics refused to release the information of the female that Ime Udoka has been fooling around with? I'll tell you why. And this is what I think. And these are comments that Malik and Rev, my brothers, my fellow New Media brothers, my fellow Lit House brothers, have also mentioned. If you are to release the information of the female, if you are to release the identity of the female that has made these accusations, the female that has been fooling around with Ime Udoka, then you will have to hear Ime Udoka's side. And now if you have to hear Ime Udoka's side, shit could get messy and shit could just lead to a flat out lawsuit. These are things that the Boston Celtics are clearly trying to avoid, because why else would you handle things the way they've handled things? This has been an absolute PR nightmare. You've just lost your coach, who's just taken you to the NBA Finals. You now have to replace your coach for the year right before training camp. And you now also have to deal with the fallout from this whole situation. The players have to deal with this. I mean, it's just... It's a mess all round, and I do truly feel sorrow for the females that have been affected by this, the females of the organisation that have been affected by this, because they have also been let down by this organisation. They've been let down by everyone involved in this saga, but most importantly, the organisation. They have been let down, truly let down. But man, this is a crazy situation, man. It's a crazy situation. But separately, why did this shit come out? Why did all this Ime Udoka shit come out literally a day or two after this whole Brett Favre shit came out? Brett Favre is embezzling millions from a welfare fund. The people of Mississippi were robbed £5 million, $5 million by this white-ass cracker Brett Favre. Why are we not talking about that? We talking about some workplace romance over some cracker stealing $5 million, bro. That's a crime. That's a real crime. You don't find that shit funny, no? Maybe I'm just being a total whack job conspiracy theorist right now. You don't find that shit funny? You don't find that shit suspicious? As my brother Dr. Umar says, you don't find that suspicious? I find that suspicious. But anyways, man, this is just all round. It's just a crazy situation, man. It's a crazy situation. I want to finish off this video by saying, Ime Udoka, you are not without blame, man. You're just not without blame, unfortunately. In this life, bro, this is a personal rule of mine. I don't fool around in the workplace, man. I don't. Because shit can go left so easily. And you don't want to be that guy left in a situation that goes left. This a rap you should remix. Word to my brother Rev. You don't want to be left in a situation that goes left. You don't want to be that guy that is fooling around with your co-worker, with your colleague, and shit goes left and you want to cut shit off, or somebody wants to cut shit off and now shit is awkward and you've got to see that, you've got to walk into that office every morning. You have to walk into that office every morning and see that person, and shit just becomes awkward and the dynamics just become awkward. Bro, bottom line is this, Ime Udoka. You don't shit where you eat, man. You don't shit where you eat. Especially you, as a black man with the success that you've had for a racist-ass organisation. Bro, they are looking for anything to bring you down. And you, my friend, gave them the opportunity on a silver platter. Whilst I don't agree with the way they've handled this situation, my friend, you just don't shit where you eat, man. And that's where I have to hold you accountable, man. That is where I have to hold you accountable, Ime Udoka. And unfortunately, Unfortunately, mate, boy, you drew the short stick, man. Shit not looking pretty, man. We'll continue to see the fallout from this situation, but yeah, man, it's just crazy all the way around. As always, shout out to the gang, shout out to the Lit House, my brothers. Yeah, this is a crazy situation. Eat me a Udoka, don't shit where you eat, my brother. Don't shit where you eat. Unoriginal FC, over and out. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal, gang.